Hey everyone, today we are making an overlapping seamless pattern in Procreate, and this one has a weaving illusion where the circles look like they are threading over and under each other. It looks advanced, but I promise the technique is simpler than it looks, and I'm sure you will love it. Let's get into it. We start by creating a square canvas. My canvas is 3000 by 3000 pixels, and I like to keep the dimension and 300 dpi if I'm gonna print it. I first start by choosing my color. I want to go with a pink color. Then I go to my brushes and choose monoline brush from the old Procreate library. We are going to draw a large circle made of concentric circles. Alright, I start by drawing a circle. I put one finger down on the canvas to make it a perfect circle. And then I tap on the transform tool to put it on the center. Make sure that you see the yellow lines, that means it's centered. Then I draw two more circles and put them on the center of my canvas too. And draw them on separate layers so you can center them easily. If you have a problem centering them, go to snapping settings at the bottom and make sure snapping is on while magnetics is off. Now I go to my layers and make them one layer by pinching all the layers with two fingers. And now I'm going to fill between the layers. I drag and drop my color and slide the fill threshold to the right until my white gaps disappear. Then tap continue filling at the top and quickly paint the rest. I also want to add a background color, so I go to my layers and create a new layer and drag it to the bottom. Now I can drag and drop my color. Okay, this one feels better. I want to make it a little bigger, so I tap the transform tool and play with its size. Alright, the drawing is ready. Let's make it into a pattern. I go to my layers and make 4 copies of the artwork. I always make the copies from the first one to minimize the distortion. Slide to the left and tap duplicate. Now I'm gonna move these copies to each corner of my canvas one by one. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit to make sure I do everything correctly. And you will notice these yellow lines appear, and that means it's perfectly aligned into the corners. So now I go back to my layers and choose my second layer, go to the transform tool again and move this one to the corner. Don't forget to make sure you see the yellow lines at the corner of the canvas. Go ahead and move the other 2 circle layers into the remaining corners. Now here's the fun part, the overlapping illusion. To create the overlapping illusion, I want the center circle to be a different color from the corner pieces. So let me repaint those corners in the center of your selection. You can drag and drop your color to repaint them. Or you can tap on your layer, tap alpha lock, tap again, and this time choose fill layer. And your artwork will be colored in your new color in an instant. Actually, you could also paint only the center circle. I guess today my soul wanted to paint the corner circles instead. Alright, now go to your layers and place the center circle layer in the middle of your corner copy layers. Some corner copies above it and some below. The corner layers sitting above the center circle, erase the parts where they overlap it. This makes them look like they are threading under the center. And the corner layers sitting below the center circle stay untouched. They naturally appear to go over it. And that's it, top layers get erased where they overlap, and bottom layers stay as they are. Step back and you shall see the weaving effect. Alright, looks great. And now go back to your layers and pinch them together to make them into one layer. And that's it, you just made a seamless pattern. If you want to see how this seamless pattern works, duplicate that layer 4 more times so you have 4 identical copies total. Always keep the originals, we work from the copies. We are going to take these 4 copies and scale each one down to 1/4 of the canvas size. Alright, the first copy, with the transform tool in freeform mode, grab the bottom right corner and drag it to the exact center of the canvas. This copy now sits in the top left quadrant. Then we place 1 copy in each corner, like having 4 tiles on a floor. When your pattern repeats, the edges match up perfectly because every corner is identical.
Now let's move on to the next copy. Grab the bottom left corner and drag it to the center. Okay, copy 3, grab the top right corner and drag it to the center. All 4 copies should now fit together like tiles. Zoom in and check the center where the 4 copies met. If anything looks slightly off, nudge it with the transform tool until it lines up perfectly. This is how your pattern looks repeating across a larger surface.
And that weaving illusion never gets old to me. If you make one, tag me on Instagram, I wanna see it. For more in-depth Procreate classes, check out my Skillshare. First one is free with my link below, and subscribe and see you in the next one.